you lived in this area and you could do lawn mowing, I'd hire you at the moment. Every time I go down to the house downstairs, because as you guys know, I'm doing it up for new tenants, there's something else wrong. Like I went down yesterday and found out the last tenants have taken the microwave, taken the TV, and the stove and oven upward, like the oven and cooktop. So I'm going to get all that replaced. What's that, another couple of $1,000? And then I go to use the lawnmower, and the lawnmower's rattling like it's never had oil put into it to the point where the wheels came off of its cactus. So don't be a landlord. That's my advice. Superhot.org, BTC is at a 60-minute low and about to fly, and the profit taking over the weekend. But IOST, TX, and Storm. Superhot.org says TRX. IOST will be 666 this week. One will be 11. 111. Why do you like the repeating numbers so much, Superhot.org? Storm will double with BTC volume. Hourglass's advice to Brett for more money is just hold on Neo and you'll be fine. No one on this chat is a financial advisor, and it's probably a good time for me to say neither am I. So please only invest what you can afford to lose, and this is not financial advice. No worries, Brett. Pablo suggested pole dancing. Well, that's different. Superhard.org said, Fish, you are such good luck for me. When you come on BTC, ELYYYS, I don't know what that means. Is it going up or down? Yeah, it's gone down, hasn't it, since I've come on? Have a look. A quick update. Hey, I'll bring you over to another article I found that's having a read. You guys know Binance moved over to Malta, right? That's not exactly new news, but something that I picked up within an article about that is probably not new news, but it's interesting. I don't know if it's been highly publicised anywhere else. That's the thing. It's down, see? Yeah, so top level. Oh, Bitcoin flies. Okay, sorry. I missed that because of the typo. Brett, Floyd says, Brett, Uber it and accept crypto. People will take a ride just for the grin to pay in crypto. Man, I'm telling you, Floyd, like, A, I believe in crypto, but B, I think it's a great marketing strategy for my coin business, like a coin for coin exchange, right? Crypto coin for my real world coins, collectibles. Opening soon. But yeah, so I'm thinking about making it exclusively crypto, forcing people, if they want the collectible coins I've got, because essentially every collectible coin is a one of a kind, essentially, based on its grade and condition, all that sort of thing. So if they want the coin I'm selling, they've got to pay in the currency I want, and that's crypto. But yeah, I think doing work for crypto is cool. I think like putting stuff up for sale for crypto is cool. Wilkie's going to help me out with some stuff. Wilkie's an electrician by trade, so he's coming over to, he's going to have a look at the oven and cooktop and make sure it is busted before I go and buy a new one, but then I'll have to install my new one, so I'll pay him in crypto. You know, that boy's got enough crypto. Oh. Superhard.org said one of them, I don't know which ones, went up 158% already in 2 days. That's nice. Mike Lord, yeah, plus the Binance Bank USD option, cash options. Yeah, let's get on to that, Mike. Good point. All right, by the way, I'm going to pop over to screen share and just show you this article quickly, because there was something that was interesting to me outside of the fact that Binance, the largest exchange in the economy, has moved to Malta, crypto safe haven. So Malta wants to become the blockchain island with the world's largest crypto exchange. Now, as we know, Binance moved over. They've got 200 full-time employees. That's amazing. Yeah, so huge. I'm not going to read the whole article, guys. I didn't link it, unfortunately. I did link the last article we had to look at, but I haven't linked this one in. But in any case, I just wanted to get down to a little bit, this bit here at the footer of the article. And it says influence on other regions. Recently, South Korean authorities have started to discuss the possibility of legalizing domestic initial coin offerings, ICOs, once again, after Keiko, the country's largest internet conglomerate that operates Keiko Talk, Keiko Pay, Keiko Story, Keiko Stock, and Keiko Taxi, the country's largest app that have nearly 90% market share of the messaging, payment, social media, online stock, brokerage, and taxi service markets, revealed its plan to move its blockchain venture outside of South Korea. So that's, obviously, that's that sort of big player in Korea saying, well, look, we're going to have to go elsewhere because the South Korean regulations are just too tight, has actually put pressure back on the South Korean authorities to rethink their stance on ICOs. So it's a well-known Korean company that wants to go to ICO and wants to create a crypto and can't in its country of origin because the government's restrictions are too tight. So that sort of a move has actually forced the authorities to rethink, which I think is brilliant. So that's one great thing. The other thing that we can think about there is this first line talking about legalizing domestic initial coin offerings. What's that going to do for Icon? That's got to be bullish news for Icon, hasn't it? If they were to legalize domestic initial coin offerings, because you've got to think a large percentage of coins that get released on top of the Icon network are going to be out of South Korea. And a large percentage of South Korean blockchain projects are probably going to be based on the Icon protocol, provided it all goes well. But I think that's got to be bullish news. It's got to be, hasn't it? I'm just going to pop back over to the chat now to see what you guys think about that. But I thought just that little bit at the bottom of the article was quite interesting. Dennis Turk, how you going? Jazz just linked up that article we were looking at before, guys. Oh, sorry, that Malta article. If anyone wants to have a look, but that little bit at the bottom talking about the South Korean regulations and the South Korean government potentially having some pressure put on them by whatever that big company's name was. Okay. I missed what that was about. $600 million tether printer. Yeah, no, I heard about that. I thought it was 500 million, 600 was it? Anyway, a lot of new tether minted recently that I'm aware of. Still no external audits provided, so that still worries me a little bit. But I got to tell you, there are times I wish I'd gone into tether because as long as it holds up, but I mean, I still feel like without the audit, I just don't know that money's there, so it's too big a risk for me for any substantial amount of money. Small amount of money for day trading or whatever back into tether to play the US dollar trade is fine, I think. But I still feel like that, it is possible that people could get left with that bag eventually. And if that happens, I don't want to be one of them. So small amounts, small time frames, I guess I wouldn't be going into it for very long. Superhype.org's prediction is BTC is about to take off $500 at least. Mark my words, by tomorrow. I saw a couple calling 11.5. I still think we could go back down and try supports first. Superhype.org. That's the thing, right? For me, it doesn't have to happen tomorrow. I came into this game with a long-term plan to 2020, and honestly, some of the prices we saw at the end of 2018 were the sort of prices I was hoping for by the end of 2020. I don't remember being in markets seeing these sort of returns. I was not invested in the .com, so I wasn't invested in tech stock. So a lot of blue chip shares, returning maybe 10% per year, that sort of thing. So to get those sort of returns within my first 6 months in the economy was crazy. So yeah, I think it could do. I think it can get to bullish times again, but I just don't think we're quite there yet. Just because of those volumes, mate. I could be wrong. Volume stacks in because people see it as it didn't really drop it all over the weekend. Lack of volume and people still trading at those prices, and it could have a psychological effect that I'm not expecting. But I think perhaps professional traders will come in and have a look at the trade volumes and go, ooh, that's really dropping off. Like we were up at 40 billion not that long ago, above daily trade volume. Now we're at 11. down from 14 on Friday. And I like to look at volumes. I think it's a good indicator. And plus, again, there are a lot of people talking about that death cross. I think we'll surpass the whole all-time highs that we've seen. I just don't think it's going to be a straight line to there. So yeah, I hope you're right. I don't have any fiat to put in at the moment because this house has cost me a fortune. Like I had that tenancy mess the week before I'm going to Japan, and so I didn't have time to get it cleaned up and rented out. So I've lost rental income for the whole time I've been in Japan. It's been a mess. So fiat, I'm short on at the moment. So I'm playing with what I've got in there. Don't want to overcapitalise. That's number one mistake, the way to lose money. Hourglass, we need a crypto mansion where we all trade and breathe crypto, where we live there. Could be like a crypto hyperbolic time chamber. Well, I'll tell you what, Hourglass, I got 6 bedrooms. Now, I'm about to make this, it's not a mansion, it's a shack. A beach shack. Pretty close to the beach. But I've got 6 bedrooms. We could just like set up, you know, everyone has a bedroom and everyone has so many mining rigs and staking boxes in their bedroom. We get solar power. Just set it up here. How much are you prepared to pay per room? And are you prepared to move to the Gold Coast? We can get this started. Wilkie talked about it. Wilkie said, oh, I'll rent the downstairs off you. Because it's kind of like a duplex. Old school duplex. That's one on top of the other. Wilkie said, oh, I'll rent downstairs off you. And I said, do you think that's a good idea? And he said, no. He said, we'll just do nothing but crypto if I move in downstairs. I said, that's right. Floyd said, sounds good. I'm in. Works for me. Let's do it. Well, if I can get 150 a room, I'm happy. That pays my mortgage. Just for downstairs, actually. The 3 rooms. Told you what my mortgage is pretty much. But yeah, we charge per week, by the way, not per month. So that's on a monthly rate of $150. But yeah, it's a good spot. You know what I've been looking at though? I've been looking at hotels in Sri Lanka. I know we're getting off crypto topic altogether, but we do that from time to time. But I've been looking at hotels in Sri Lanka, at like smaller hotels. But there's one in Hikkaduwa, and it's like a 6-bedroom hotel on the beach, $500,000. Now, because of the overinflated property market in Australia, my house is worth a lot more. I could sell this and move over there and not even have a mortgage and own a little 5-6 bedroom hotel. We can pull for the miners, says Xiao. He's in, everyone's in. No, that's what we should do, Xiao, because the starters property's cheaper in Portugal, right? So we sell the house here, move to Portugal, and we all move in there because Portugal is pretty crypto friendly, along with Malta. Is the loft cheaper? I live up in the loft. Lloyd, I'm up in the top part, mate. I got 3 bedrooms up here, but it's just me. I had the girls staying with me. You guys saw them walking through the stream a bunch of times. They've gone back to Western Australia now, so I'm flying solo up here. So I've got 3 bedrooms upstairs, but I kind of like having the space at the moment. So I'm just going to rent it downstairs. 3 bedrooms down there. I'm just deciding whether I go room for room. I can get more money that way, but part of me just wants to get one couple in or something that wants the whole space down there and just be done with it. Anyway. Our guys said we need to experiment with this, and Jess said I'm waiting. Let's have a look at property prices over there. I've been sinking my teeth into property prices in Sri Lanka. I really like the idea of setting up a hotel over there, and I was hoping to be the first, like you can pay for everything in the hotel with crypto. You can pay for drinks and food and surfing tours, which I'll be running out of the hotel. That would be pretty cool. First completely crypto friendly hotel in the world, maybe. But I'll have to go and talk to the finance minister over there and make sure that it's okay for me to trade in crypto. Yeah. So anyway, let's get back onto some actual crypto conversation rather than where we're going to buy our mansions and all live together mining different cryptocurrencies. What would be mine, by the way? Sure. I want to have a look at Bitcoin private. Guys, I read the white paper on this, and I know I'm going on about it, but I do think it's important. And I think this is where cryptocurrencies are still somewhat in a bubble, and each currency, some are, some aren't. A lot probably still are. But Bitcoin private for mine is actually one of them, because last time I checked, I'm just going to bring you over to screen share. And I'm going to show you, I didn't have to have this planned, but due to lack of questions or lack of coins that people want me to have a look at, we'll have a look at one that I'm sort of not, it's not that I'm not a fan of it, it's just that I think it's overvalued for its stage of development. And I think my personal opinion is that the Classic wasn't working out so well, so Rhett jumped on the fork idea. Now, if we have a look at Bitcoin private's market cap, we can't see it, but we know the supply and we know the coin price. So if you multiply 28.5 by 20 million, let's round it up to 30 to make it easy. That makes it a $600 million market cap. Now, if we can pop over to the website, and I'm just going to bring up the white paper, which got released like a week ago. Now, 18-page document might seem like here, but when you actually get into the document itself, there's 2 pages of it. I'm not going to read it. A third page being table of contents, and then towards the, you've got a couple of graphs taking up some space in there, and then towards the end you've got acknowledgements and references. So you've got another 2 pages, 3 pages there, and then like a disclaimer. So 7, 8 pages of this, 18-page document on the work, the count up here. 11 pages actually contain any contents at all. So can I ask you, is this worth $600 billion? 600 million, I beg your pardon. This white paper, and if you go and read it, I think you'll agree with me that it's probably overvalued. It doesn't mean it doesn't have potential. I don't really think it does, but anyway, I'm just saying for its current stage, it's definitely overvalued. Go and have a read of that white paper, have a look at the website, and download the wallet, and tell me whether you think it's worth whether it's worth $600 million. Then what I'd like you to do is go onto YouTube. This is if you're actually investing. This is what you should be doing. All right, jump onto YouTube and go Bitcoin private conference. And I think it's number 4. Yes, this one. Go and watch it. And it's 30 minutes, okay? Granted, it's 30 minutes that you're going to waste your life, but you're going to save some money if you were thinking of investing in Bitcoin private. Because if you can actually go into this and tell me at one point in this 30-minute presentation where Rhett can explain any reason that Bitcoin private is actually existing other than, oh, it's going to be like it's going to be profitable. If you can find any reason other than that it's existing, that he actually comes across in this, I'd be interested. Remembering that Zed Classic has a lot of the features that have been integrated into Bitcoin private to make it private. But my point is, why not just stick with Zed Classic? Why did he have to go with? Oh, it didn't really work properly, so we'll fork again. If at fork you don't succeed, fork and fork again. That's what he's doing. Seriously. Thoughts on Kin? Well, I think a decentralized messaging service is being cried out for, Brent. Whether Kin's going to take the lead on that, there's a few getting into the race. I mean, Byteball's has even got messaging capabilities. I don't know if I'd say those messages would be kept decentralized. I'm not sure. I'd have to check into that. But yeah, Kin's one we actually looked at from ICO, and we did end up passing on it. But I think it probably does have some potential. I mean, it is fairly widely used. I can't remember the numbers because it's so long ago that we looked at it, but I can't remember the numbers of real world user base they already have, but that's value that some of these other coins don't have, is an existing real world user base. So yeah, I think it's got, I haven't used it myself is the only thing, Brent. So I'd have to jump on and actually get stuck into it to really give a really good opinion. Joey says, have a look at Ripple. And Jow's saying Crypto Hub, that's what we're going to call our mansion. Have a look at Ripple. I know they are mixed opinions about the project. What about the price in 2018? Joey, I just think that people are leaning more towards Stellar. That's what I think. I think the education is increasing in the space and people becoming aware that Stellar has perhaps even more capabilities, being a network that can provide the basis for decentralized applications, and boasting pretty similar speeds to Ripple, based on similar technology. It's a guy left Ripple to start Stellar Lumen, so that's not really surprising. And I think that given that 61% of Lumens is not owned by the foundation, I'm not sure what the foundation owns anymore for Ripple, but I'm sure it's still over 50%, which means they have control of the network. But when people understand what that means and that it's as risky as, or giving you as much control as you have your money with the bank. So at any time they can freeze your accounts, things like that.